In England, when you play the Brixton Academy, you could say that you've arrived. Well, tonight Blur is here, and by all accounts, they have arrived. Their debut single, She's So High, got rave reviews on both sides of the pond. The general consensus is that these guys know how to write pop songs. Last week, the Brixton Academy in Britain. This week, Blur tours North America. It's true that their agility with the pop song format has garnered them a lot of press. That and their unique brand of arrogance and acting out. Blur has actually burnt a few bridges in England. There are certain venues that won't have them back, and a certain limousine service that, in fact, will not hire out to them. They have perfected a style. One of our producers called it the ennui of the oh-so-bored rock star. Or is it the oh-so-boring? Girls, fandom, being worshipped, idolized.
I think we do everything we can to kind of avoid that now.
You loved it in the beginning.
We still love it, but it's too easy for us to kind of go for that, you know.
It's like having lots of money or something.
The way that, yeah, exactly. The way that the media presents you, you know, if you've got a reasonably photographic face, it's very, very easy for you to just use that.
And although I got nothing to do, I just keep doing it to die,
Well, we've got a reputation for being hooligans on stage.
You have a reputation for being hooligans everywhere you go.
Well, that's probably because we're... I mean, you know, you have to perpetuate the myth, don't you? I mean, the interesting thing is that, like, okay, in one way it's a kind of conscious decision to perpetuate it, but the fact that you're doing it means that it exists in its own right.
It might suggest that you don't respect anything outside your own being.
No, probably not.
Is that true? Do you respect anything?
I do, but nothing I can be asked to talk about, really. You know, I don't think it's particularly kind of relevant to talk about, you know, the sensitive side of one's being.
Ooh, that's cynical armor. So handy, isn't it?
Yeah,
a pop star.
Yeah, absolutely. Get away with anything. God knows, I don't know how many people listen to this, but you can't blame us wanting to just be a little bit perverse. For God's sake.
No one's asking you to conform to anything.
So that's all.
To wake
we're
up,
doing,
maybe,
you know.
but...
We're awake.
We just need to keep amusing ourselves,
I mean,
really.
basically this year we're kind of making an album which is entirely our own doing, and it's the sort of album that we really want to make. And we're making a film with a guy called Storm Thorgerson, who worked with Pink Floyd in the early days and did all their covers and has done kind of numerous films. And he came to us at the end of last year and said he'd like to make a film with us, which was kind of a surprise for us, because we're kind of big fans of that whole idea, you know, that Syd Barrett and
Pink Floyd.
Well, Syd Barrett's Pink Floyd.
There are things that we don't like.
No, we don't like them. No way.
But you are them?
It's just the hardest thing is, once you have a vague, I wouldn't say that we know, but once you have a vague kind of understanding of way the corporate beast works, you know, you can either work within it or just
Get off the bus.
get off the bus. You know, I think we've got off the bus, really, for the moment, anyway.
So are you apolitical?
Yeah. I mean, when this comes out in England, you know, we'll have had a general election, and what would have changed? What would have happened? What would the difference be? Very little. Very, very, very little. It's a ridiculous kind of facade that we all kind of sort of jump into every 4 years and kind of convince ourselves that there are actually real issues that, you know, and it's just...
None of us are actually eligible to vote.
No, because we're all hiding from the poll tax, you know, which is just...
And I actually don't know anybody who's going to vote.
But it doesn't matter, because Labour are going to get in and it won't matter. The young men of our generation, we're the kind of Wilfred Owens, and you know, we're just kind of, we are that. You know, all the way through history, people in our position have been this kind of sort of, this little clique of sensitive people who write and talk about and paint about the way the world is, and it's just the way we feel.